What's your name and musical profession?
My name is Len-dor. I go by Len-dor. I'm a hip-hop artist from Trinidad and Tobago originally.
Can you tell us about what inspired your journey into hip hop and how you got started as an artist?
Well, my very first hip-hop track and album came from a rapper called Skilo. The track was I Wish I Was a Little Bit Taller. So that basically started the whole genesis for me being a rapper.
Tell us about the first time you ever performed in front of a live audience.
I was 21 years old. I performed in front of an amphitheater in Trinidad and Tobago. I performed to the instrumental Quiet Storm from Mobb Deep.
Congratulations on your latest single, Speak It.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Can you talk to us about the inspiration behind the track and the message the track communicates?
Well, Speak It basically was a song designed for motivation for our ethnic group. And basically, it ended up turning out to be a track that I've written for everyone and motivating people to move forward, to learn from your mishaps, your mistakes, and even some of the generation curses that we had. And we move forward and we move together as one group.
Music videos are an essential part of promoting songs nowadays. How do you come up with the concepts for the music videos that you shoot, and how involved are you in the creative process?
Well, as an independent artist, you find ways to subsidize your budget, right? So for me, I decided to teach myself. My wife taught me how to do music videos, and I basically branched off and got better. I think music visuals are very important to move a track. I mean, sometimes people want to put a face to the track, face to the song, if they're really into the artist, and it gives people some form of identity of understanding who the person are, and it's a much more in-depth approach and how an artist can connect with their fan base as well.
Canada has a vibrant hip-hop community. Are there any Canadian artists you have had that have had a significant impact on your music?
Oh, absolutely. Socrates, Shad, Thrust, OG, Tough Dumpling. It's quite a few.
What do you find most challenging about being a hip-hop artist in Canada? Have you been able to overcome those challenges?
Well, some of the challenges that we face as a hip-hop artist in Canada, I think it's infrastructure. Musical infrastructure, the things that put in place to us to help us succeed. So I think if we have a much more open enterprise and exchange with our partners over the border, we could somehow reach a bigger audience. And then we also have to have much more unity within the group as well too, in the genre.
What advice do you have for aspiring hip-hop artists, especially those trying to break into the Canadian music industry?
First things first, learn the nuances of what the business is about, learn the skills, learn from other people's mistakes, learn from yours, and also take the time to educate yourself.
What are 3 albums you can't live without, and why?
3 albums I can't live without. Interesting. I'm a big one album I can't live without right now is basically Earl's Sweatshirt. I forgot his very first album. I'm a big fan of the old school types as well. I'm a big fan of Das Effects, the Bush Babies. Any one of their first albums.
What is your dream venue or festival to perform at, and why is it meaningful to you?
One of my dream festivals originally would love to perform alongside in the Opera House. Here, I think it's one of the biggest meccas in Toronto, which hosts a lot of hip hop acts from here and across the border. I think it's rich in culture when it comes to that.
Give us your hip hop Mount Rushmore.
All right, so I'm an 80s baby. So I started with KRS-One, the Bush Babies, Souls of Mischief, Tribe Called Quest. Those are my guys.
Where can people find your music? Do you have any recent release or upcoming projects?
Yes, I released 2 albums this year. The Truth or Deny, which was produced by a German producer called Bo Fat. And I also did a few pages of the Dark Ages, which was produced by a producer in Trinidad and Tobago called, his name was Rook Beats. So those 2 projects have been doing well. The recent single off of The Truth or Deny is Speak It.
Are there any upcoming tours, concerts, or events where your fans can catch you live?
Absolutely. I have a few concerts coming up in Hamilton. I think I have one next month on the 20th. And I think it's still in motion with some others I have early next year as well.